Recording in progress.
Everyone able to see my screen? Can someone confirm?
Yes, Sudarshan.
Yes. Questions. So yesterday we completed discussing the DM domain and I also sent a project, right? So is it anyone tried? Okay. No problem. Let me explain programmatically how to do it with DM domain as per the specification. Okay. So once they assign, they send a specification to you. What you have to do? First, understand specification. Okay. Generally, in the specification, there is own. It will not be available all the variables which I explained in the notes, because in the notes I'll explain all the variables, but programmatically when you do it, all the variables are not required. Okay. Remember the code. There is a required, expected, and permissible. Required, expected variables only we have to mandatorily you have to add it. Permissible variables is it depends on the sponsor decision whether to add the variable or not. Okay, that's the reason most of permissible variables every time it won't available in your study. Okay, so derive whichever mentioned in the specification, those are enough. Okay, next.
Sir, this Excel sheet is given by whom, sir?
Generally, a senior statistical programmer will provide this, will prepare this one. Okay. We only don't need to work. Okay, your colleague may will work. Okay. So at the starting of the study itself, they'll prepare the specification. After annotation of CRF, specification will be prepared, right?
Okay, sir.
With the flow. I gave the workflow, right? So first annotate a CRF, then your SDG mapping specification will be prepared. Then only you start the program. Okay, now we are at programming stage. Okay. So once the specification was given, okay, so check the specification. You no need to derive the variables in this order. While deriving, you can derive in any order. Okay, you can derive in any order, but final data set you have to arrange in the order. Once all the variables you derive, you have to keep it in this order. But while you are deriving, you can derive in any order. Okay, how to derive? So generally, the best way of deriving the variables, if you observe here, every variables you have to derive from the different raw data sets. See, if you observe here, DM raw data set. Okay, from the DM raw data set, subject ID details, see, site ID details, birth details, sex details, race details. Okay, so this type of variables under you are deriving from the DM raw data. Okay, next we observe randomization raw data. From the randomization raw data, RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC, these two variables alone you are deriving. So we have to derive, okay, we have to take one raw data variable. From that raw data set variable, what are the possible variables we can able to derive? Your SDTM variables we are going to derive. So like this, if you take first, then you have to take randomization raw data. What is the possible variables? Then see, we have one more, disposition raw data set. Disposition raw data set. See, from the disposition raw data set, what are the possible variables are there? You can derive those things. Next, INCO. What is the only one variable about? Derive that variable. Then later you combine all the data sets. So from each raw data set, you are going to derive one data set, right? So like this, if you have 3 to 4 data sets, you combine all the data sets. When you combine, all the variables will come together. That's going to be your final data set. Okay, DM only you have multiple, around 3 to 4 raw data sets are there. In generally, in other domains, you will be having 1 or 2 raw data sets only, generally. Okay, DM only bigger one. Clear? So we'll follow in that method. First, we'll take one raw data set, derive what is the possible variables. Okay, then we'll move to other ones. Okay. Clear? So let's start. First is lib name, take the data. One raw data, one library employee. So my raw data is available in this location. So I'm taking this location. Okay, so I'm using an options called no format error. Run this code. See, there is a raw data library is created. Okay, so before you starting, you can also go through it one. For this domain, what are the raw data sets are required? Those raw data set contains these variables are not. The raw data set names, raw data set variables are available, right? Source variable name, source file name. Just open those things and check. For example, DM. See, in DM raw data, what are the information you got? And check. See, for each subject, okay, their birth details. See, race details, sex details. Okay, like this, the information you have in a DM raw data. Next, you take randomization raw data. So these are the labels, okay? For example, each subject, okay? Date of first dose. It is going to be your variable. FIR-STDT variable. See, they used FIR-STDT variable. Date of first dose. So this information available in the randomization data. Apart from so many things are available that may not required for us for this domain. Okay. Next, disposition data. See, for each subject, see, date of last dose, date of last assessment. Okay, last dose means what is a variable? LDSNDT. So they use LDSNDT variable. LDSNDT, LESSDT, end participation date. So this is your date of last assessment, LASSDT. So these details are all available in the DS raw data. Similarly, INCO, informed consent. For each subject, when you sign the date of informed consent. Okay, just open and check. All the raw data sets are available. In the raw data sets, those variables are available to get an idea for you. Okay, then you can start writing the program. So first I am taking from DM1 raw data and taking the DM raw data. Okay, so DM1 raw data. Not required all the variables. Derive the what are the variables you required. Then later you keep those variables around. Okay, first study ID I am taking. So what is the study ID? So they're not given directly, you have to give the values. Study ID is not my study name, right? Your protocol name. So this is your study name. They're given already. Okay. Study ID is equal to what is the value they given? Your study name is ACP103020. Okay. Shall run the code. See the log. DM1 105 observations. 31 variables. See. For all the subjects, you get a study ID as a common. Okay. Next. Domain abbreviation. So set to DM. So we are discussing about demographic domain, right? So for all the observations, we'll get the same. DM. Okay. See. For all the subjects, you are getting the domain abbreviation as a DM. Okay. Next. Unique subject ID. So unique subject ID. So they want the combining the study ID already we derived subject. So there could be a subject variable in the raw data. If we check This is a subject variable. Subject details is also available in the raw data. So I can use directly the logic. So they're concatenating your study ID and subject details along. Okay. Unique subject ID also is ready. Three variables you derive: study ID, domain, unique subject ID. Next, subject ID, topic variable. See, subject ID, what they are mentioning is assigned to subject. So there is already a subject variable available in the raw data, just assign. What is the meaning of assigning? Yes, you will assign it. We give you a subject variable. So what are the values are available in subject variable? You go to subject ID variable. So, check here. So this is your subject variable. These are the subject details, right? 1101, 1104, 1105. Same detail we are assigning to the subject ID. 1101, 1104, 1105. Subject ID variable. Here, like this one by one variable you have to derive. Later, you have to keep it only the variables which are required. Which are not required, you don't need to keep. You can drop those variables. Okay. So 4 variables we create. Okay. Next is random. These are from the randomization raw data, disposition raw data, randomization raw data, disposition raw data. All these variables from the different raw data set. So I'll derive later these variables. Okay, when I take it to the randomization, I derive those variables. Now I'm taking the DM raw data set. So from the DM raw data, what are the possible variables? Those only I'll derive. Okay, clear? Next, site ID. So what is the from the site variable you have to derive? What is the logic they given? Left of compress of site. If observe here, there is a site variable here. From the site variable, site ID I have to derive. ID means only number you are supposed to get. See here, they gave a values as site 001, site 003, site 004. The site what they want to compress it. So that's the logic they gave. Directly, they given the logic also. You can use this logic. From the site variable, you just compress the word called site. When you compress, this site value will only numbers will come in it. The site ID variable. Okay. See, here you have site 01003, right? From here, site ID are direct. It compressed. Only IDs you are getting 001, 003, 004, 006. It's coming correctly? Okay. Clear, guys? Able to understand what we are doing? Everyone is able to follow me?
Yes, Sudarshan.
The next variable, BRTHDTC, date and time of the birth. So what is the logic they're given? DM, BRTHDT. From BRTHDT variable you have to derive. This set a source to ISO 8601 format. So there is a variable is there. I don't know which format it will be there, but you set to a standard format and make sure should be there in a character data type. So your BRTHDTC variable should be there in a character data type and should be there in a standard format. From where I have to derive? So you have to derive from the BRTHDT variable. Okay, check BRTHDT variable. Right, this is your BRTHDT variable. From this BRTHDT variable, I have to derive BRTHDTC variable. Can anyone help me? How to do it? Yes. Anyone want to try? Understand what we have to do it here? BRTH
We have to format it to 8601 format, right? The
Hmm.
variable BRTSDT.
correct. And it is also should be there in a standard format and character data type.
Yeah.
So what to do? Yeah, tell me. First, I have to read this variable. What to read?
Input. Input of birth.
Input. Okay, input.
BRTHDTC. BRTHDT, right?
BRTH
BRTHDT. Yeah.
BRTH.
Yeah.
What is the
Comma
format?
and then 8601 format. This is actually in date 9, right? No.
date MN.
It's a date 11.
Yeah, date 11 format.
So
Date
using
11 dot.
date 11 format, first you are reading the date. Input function, what it will do, it convert, it's a character variable, right? It convert a character variable to numeric variable, and also first it will read the data in a SAS standard format. For example, let me create one intermediate variable first. Okay. Let me create one intermediate variable called birth. This is my intermediate variable. Okay. Create any intermediate variable. So first I'm reading the dates. Using input function, I will convert to numeric to character to numeric. I applied in format. This is in format name, right? So it will convert a character variable to numeric variable, and also it will read the data. See now, BRTH. Now you are getting the standard numbers, right? Now what to do?
Convert into date.
Again,
Now we have to format into ISO 8601 format.
okay. If you apply format, what's going to happen? If you apply format, yes, IS8601 DA dot. If you apply format, it will come in a standard format, correct?
Yeah, yes.
But it will, okay. Let me show you then.
Mhm.
It's coming in the standard format.
No. It's in a format, yes, but not actually.
This is a format, right? YYNMD format. Formatting wise is correctly, it's coming correctly only. But what is the data type we have? It is there in a numeric data type. But what I want,
Character data.
then what to do?
Put function again.
Put function.
Put function.
Put function.
So what
Yeah,
we have
put
to
function.
do? So we have to do it into, we require two things. We need to convert into a standard format, and we also need to convert into character data type. So this intermediate variable is there, right? So BARTH, now you derive the direct variable. BRTH DTC. Okay, BRTH DTC. You apply put function. When you apply
Equal to put of, yeah.
yeah, this format not required. You apply this format here. Okay.
Mhm.
Put function will convert character variable to numeric variable. Okay, and
Okay.
also will convert into standard format. Both the things are happening
Mm.
when you apply put function. Okay, 1 second. Let me close and run again. Yeah. See, from first given raw data, BRTHDT variable and variable. From this one is a numeric variable, your standard numbers. Then when I apply put function, it converted into character variable. See, and it is also coming in a standard format.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear? Now everyone.
Clear, sir.
So this is okay. You have to aware how to use the input function, put function. Your all the date should be depends on your input and put. First you have to read, then convert into standard format. Read and convert into standard format. If you need only format conversion, apply format. If you need only data type conversion also required, then use input and put. If this logic was you clear, your all the date variables are clear. All the date variables are same way how to do it. Your RFST DTC, ENDTC, PNDTC, XST DTC, XCNDTC, RFIC DTC. All the things same way. You are writing in the 2 steps actually. Okay, if you are good enough, you can write it in a single step also. How can I write it in a single step? You no need to create this intermediate variable also. Directly I can apply this one.
Put of input of output.
In this variable, you apply this logic directly. Directly, no need to create intermediate variable also. Directly, first PRTH intermediate your data variable. First, you are converting into a standard number. Then, when you apply put function, it will convert into a standard form. These 2 steps are making in the 1 step only. Intermediate variable I'm not creating. Directly BRTH DTC variable I'm creating. It is there in a standard format and it is also there in a character data type. Okay, clear? Here all the subjects, the dates are there. Okay. You can directly apply it here. If any subjects dates are missing, okay. If it's on a missing subjects, you no need to apply this one. Okay, you have to write a logic. If BRTH DT not equal to null, then only derive. Or else not equal. Okay, actually you have all the dates. For example, any subject date is missing means there you no need to apply this input and put function. You will get unnecessary dots and okay. Clear? So in future also, if any new subjects was added when you rerun in BRTH DTC, if any subject missing also, for missing birth dates, you no need to apply this one, this logic. So that's the reason I'm writing if condition state for wherever not equal to null, then only derive. Clear? Any confusions? Anyone have any doubt in this logic? Please ask now itself. Clear? Mahabu, Balaji, Ram, Shok. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Shall we go to the next variables? Okay. Age and age units I will derive later because you need a RFIC DTC variable. See the sex variable. So what is the sex? So sex values they gave 1 and 2 and sex male and female values they are available. What is the logic? If sex equal to 1, sex is equal to male. Okay. So already there is a sex variable is there. You observe here in the raw data. There already a sex variable is there. And you have values as 1 and 2. From the sex variable, they are deriving the male and female. What the logic is given? Sex equal to 1, give the sex variable as n. Sex is equal to sex variable as n. Okay, if I run this code, I'm going to get an error, right? Let me see here. What is happening? What is the note C? Invalid numeric data F, invalid numeric data F, invalid numeric data F. Why I'm getting this one?
The data type of sex is numeric.
Correct, right? See, already in the raw data, there is a sex variable is available. So there already the sex variable is a numeric data type. Correct? Previously in the raw data, it is numeric data type. Now, you are assigning to the same for a numeric variable, you are assigning the male and female. Character data you are assigning. How it will take? numeric variable, it won't overwrite the character variable, right? If it is already character variable, okay, it will take this data. So that's the reason what you have to do. First, create one intermediate variable, SXN number. Then later, to drop the original sex variable, then you can rename this section to sex variable. Okay, clear? So already a sex variable is there. It is there in a character data, numeric data type. Okay, again you want to create a new sex variable. It's going to be a character data type. That's the reason same variable you can't derive. So first you derive another variable like sexn. Later you drop that sex variable. You rename the sexn to sex variable. Okay, clear? The next step we'll do it. Clear, everyone? The same logic will be applicable for race variable also. See, race, if race is equal to 1, white. Okay. Double quotes are there, I'm making that single. Okay. If race is equal to 1, race value white, black, Asian, other. So here also same issue. Here race is the numeric variable. Again, race variable you are creating, it's going to be a character variable. It won't possible, right? That's the reason I'm creating a new variable, race n. Later I will rename. Everyone got it? Why I'm doing this step? Okay. If you observe here, your race variable is a numeric variable. Okay. Again, race numeric variable I can't create. Character variable. So that's the reason race n I'm creating. Okay. Race n I'm creating. But here also one logic I no need to follow. See, I'm not supposed to forget. See here, for example, the value should be showing as a black only. It's supposed to be black or African American, right? Why the value I'm getting only black?
Length should
Length,
have
length.
So why it is showing the length? But the white length showing error is coming. What the length was happening here?
So default it is taking white length.
Correct. See, it's
Five.
taking only 5 characters length.
first one.
What is the 5 means? So in if condition, whenever you give the first condition, okay, what is the variable you are saying? That length only you consider. In these scenarios, what you have to do? You have to define the length. Okay, length of it give me some 40 characters. Okay. Now run. Present. Now check the values come correctly or not. Black or African American. It's come correctly, no? Okay. Black or African. Come correctly. Next. The next variable. Ethnic value. So they gave as a not reported only. So we'll capture as a not reported. Okay. Generally, ARM code are required variables only, but they did not give any values to capture as per specification. So we'll also keep it as a missing only as per specification. Even ARM values. So generally, it is not supposed to be a missing value because it's a required variable set. You're not supposed to be missing values for required variable. Okay, you have to write a data issue for this one in a data issue tracker. Okay, but as of now, I'm programming as per the specification. Okay, so the country, all with subjects of same country, USA. So keep it USA. Okay, clear? So run the code. The DM1 variable is created. See ethnic, arm code, arm, country. It's coming correctly? Clear everyone? So that's it. From the DM raw data, these are the variables we can derive.
Sir, rename we need to do, sir.
Rename I'll do it next step I'll do it. Okay. First what I'll do, I'll keep the variables which are required. So there are so many variables are there in the DM. All these things are not required, right? All these things are not required. Which we derived now, those are enough. So I'm keeping those variables. Study ID, domain, unique subject ID, subject ID, site ID, BRTH DTC, section, race and ethnic, and arm code, country. Now run the code. Now see, only 12 variables are there, which you are derived from the DM RAD. Right? Study ID, domain, unit subject ID, site ID, BRTH, section, race, ethnic, arm code, and country. Okay, so now you can rename it. Immediately, if you rename, you won't forget them. So rename section to sex variable, region to race variable. Okay. Race variable and sex variable. Related correctly. Okay, clear? Everyone?
Sudarshan, one quick question. Since we use the length for race, right? So that is the reason it is coming as first, right? So if I want to see that race as like in middle of the variables, right? So how we can
Later,
make it order?
we use a return statement and we can keep it in order.
Return, right? Okay.
We'll use a return statement. We'll keep all the variables in the last step. That is the last step. We have to keep
Okay.
all the variables in the order. Correct? In this
Yeah,
order,
as per spec.
to get in this order, I have to use a return statement. We'll use a return statement at last and we'll make it an average. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Next. From the DM data is done. Now take randomization raw data. From the randomization raw data, what are the variables we can derive? Take it. Okay. Data DM set from the raw data randomization. Okay. But here which variable you want? I'm going to derive RFSTDT. So what they given from the randomization data, take the FIRSTDT variable. So they gave set to source to AX4H60. Even RFSTDTC also, they gave the intermediate variables. Your input variable should be same variable only. FIRSTDT only. So what is that meaning? your RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC same only. They want to derive from the same raw data variable. Okay, what is that variable? I'm converting to standard format. So what is the variable? FIR-STD. See, here it is. Date of first dose. See, RFSTDTC is not what is the meaning of RFSTDTC? Treatment start date, right? So this is going to be a treatment start date of first dose. Okay. So how can I derive? Observe here again, FIR-STDT. It is there in which format?
Date level
11.
data.
Date
Date
level.
level.
I have to convert into
ISO 8601.
correct. So can I use the same logic here?
Mm.
Your intermediate into input variable, output variable itself. Okay. So this is time, what is your input variable? Instead of BRTHDT, it is going to be your
First
FR.
Mm.
Okay, your first dot not equal to null. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, what is the variable you are going to derive from FIR-STDT?
RFST.
RFSTDTC and derive. Clear? So see the logic again. So from the FIR-STDT, first using date 11 format, you are reading the date. Okay, input function, what it will do, it convert the character data type into numeric data type. Standard numbers will get. Later using put function, you are converting into numeric variables into character data type, and it is also will come in a standard format. And also I'm applying wherever FIR-STDT not equal to null. If I apply here, check here, maybe see. For 103 subject, 103 row, FIR-STDT is missing. For missing cases, you no need to apply the logic, correct? Wherever the data is there, there only will apply. Okay, that's the reason I'm putting the condition. Wherever FIR-STDT not equal to null, there only apply the logic. Okay. DM3.
So-
Yeah.
So if we are not applying that condition, it automatically generate the date, sir.
No, it won't generate a date. See. Now, if you observe here, you're getting properly missing values. Right? You're getting RFSTDTC. It's coming in a character data type, and it is there in a standard format. Okay. For missing values, character data type means you're supposed to get a space. It's coming space correctly. Or suppose if you did not put this logic, let us observe. You did not put this logic. You directly wrote this one only. RFSTDT is equal to. So on missing values also you're going to apply. That time. See. For missing values, I'm getting a dot. That too, some
Okay.
space and dot is coming. Like this unnecessary dots will come.
Okay. To overcome that dot, we are using this condition.
So we have to apply logic wherever. Generally, the meaning will be the same. Okay, whenever the data is available, then only you have to apply logic. So the data is not there, why you need to apply? Okay.
Okay.
So this is your RFSTDTC. Same way, can I derive RFXSTDTC also? Logic will be same. Again, because your input variable should be, sorry, RFXSTDTC. Your input variable should be from the randomization data FIR-STDT variable. Can I use the same logic? Above logic one I can use it. From a RF FIR-STDT variable only, you are going to derive RFXSTDT also. So both the dates will be same. Okay. RFSTDTC and RFSXDTC is coming correctly. Character data type, and it is there in a standard format, YYMMDD format. The missing values also is coming correctly. Okay. Next. That's it. Only from the randomization, these two variables alone. But I have to combine, right? In the later step, next step, the DM2 we are derived some variables, in DM3 some variables are derived. I have to combine these two data sets and I have to create one new data set. How to combine? What is the
Merge.
common variable?
Merge.
Merge
To merge.
or set.
Set.
You have to merge both the things. How to merge? By taking one common variable only, we have to merge, right?
Yes.
We need one common variable. You observe here, given to.
Subject.
So here we have subject ID details, correct? By each subject, we can combine. Wherever the subject details are matching, the details are supposed to come. But here, do you have subject ID variable? We don't have subject ID variable. We have subject variable. So what I will do, I'll create one subject ID variable here. Okay, subject ID variable from the subject.
Subject.
All the values of subject will come to subject ID. Okay. Now again, all the variables are not required, right? So I'll keep only the variables which are required in my output arrays. Okay. So you require subject ID variable, RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC. I'm keeping only these variables which are required. Which are not required, I'm writing. Okay. See, from DM3 dataset is created. Subject IDs, RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC. Now later, if you combine these two by subject ID, so these RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC also will come into one data set. Okay, clear? Clear, everyone? Why subject
Yeah.
ID is taken? So this is from the randomization data. I won't combine, I won't merge now. Later, all the data sets all together I'll merge. Okay, still we have our variables, right? See, next from the disposition domain. So all these variables are there. RFE and DTC, RFXC and DTC, even RFP and DTC. See, from the disposition data, these three variables are there. Again, observe RFE and DTC, RFXC and DTC. Your input variable will be same. LDS and DT and SLDT. Okay. Check. Data. DM4. Set the raw data disposition. Run the code. Let me save the code. Let me save your code. Okay. Data DM4 set data disposition domain. Okay. So for each subject, check now. For RFE and DTC, I have to derive from LDS and DT variable. Check LDS and DT variable. See, LDS and DT. Date of last dose. That's what, right? RFE and DTC, treatment last date. So here, what is the format here?
Date 11.
Same again, date 11 format. So what you have to do, you have to convert into a standard format. Can I use the same logic again? Above logic.
Same logic.
FAR STDT, what you have to replace? LDS entity. If LDS entity not equal to null, okay, derive the RF entities. So, here RF entities is equal to input of LDS entity. Date 11 format. So using first LDS entity using date 11 format, first you are converting character to numeric, then using put function, again you are converting numeric to character with the standard format. Okay, clear? So run the code now. Run, check. We got RF and DTC. It is there in character data type and it is there in standard format. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
Similarly, RFXC and DTC also have to derive with the same variable because both are RFT and DTC and RFXC and DTC is same. So same logic I'll use for RFXC. Your intermediate input variable will be same. LDS and DT variable. Okay. The RFT and DTC, RFXC and DTC, both are same. You're supposed to get a same rates. Coming correctly? For missing values also getting missing character. Next, RFP and DTC. RFP and DTC are to derive from the LDSSDT variable. Okay, what they mentioned, set to source to ASO 8601 format. Check LDSSD variable. Here only it is there. Again, this is also same date 11 format. RFP and DTC, end participation dates, date of last assessment. Okay. So same date 11 format, I can use the same logic to read the data. This time I'm going to derive RFP and DTC. Your input variable should be LDSSD. Okay. So what is the variable I'm deriving? RFP and DTC. Okay. So you run the code. The DM for data set is created. RFP and DTC is ready. And wherever you are getting missing values also coming correctly. Okay, that's it. Only these are the variables we have to derive from the disposition data.
Sir, in this one, why we are getting missing values, sir? In this mid of this one.
We have in the raw data itself, we have missing values, right? See your LASSDT variable. You have missing, right?
Okay, okay.
Wherever you are missing, those you are supposed to get a missing there also. Okay. So later you have to combine those things. So I'm taking the creating on subject area variable. Okay. Then keep the void variables. Subject ID variable, RFP and DTC, RFXC and DTC, RFP and CP. Okay, keep the required variables.
The subject IDs are different now, sir.
Same subject will be in every data, it will be the same subjects only, right? Cloud will be having same subject details. Okay.
Good.
See, same subject details will be there.
But
Maybe the order was that maybe I have different.
Okay, sir.
Sorry. Clear, right? Up to here. Any questions, anyone? Okay. So from the disposition also we are done. So what we left now? RFIC DTC. We have to derive from the INCO. Data DM5 set raw data INCO. So RFIC DTC how to derive? They gave the logic already. So we are going to derive from the three variables: consent year, consent month, consent date. Three variables, they are combined in a standard format. YY, MM, TD format. They are concatenating the three variables. Okay. Generally, year, month, day are the numeric variables. So using put function, first they are converting into character variable. If any spaces are there, they are compressing. Okay. Then after converting into character variable only, we have to concatenate. So your date should be there in this format, right? YY, MM, DD. So three different variables are there. So three variables they are combining: YY, MM, DD. So to concatenate, it should be there in character data type. So using put function, they are converting into character data type. Then later they are concatenating. Clear?
Yes.
Simple. Good. So for example, here consent year 2010, consent month is 12, consent date is 10. So you are supposed to get a year 2010-12-10. See? 2010-12-10. It's coming correctly. YYMMDD. Like this RFIC DTC variable are direct. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Okay, sir.
Only one variable is there. So here also to merge with other data set, from the subject variable, I'm going to create a subject ID variable. And then I'll keep only the required variables. Okay.
Sir, this what about these things, sir? Z2 dot.
Okay. I'll tell you 1 second. Okay. Z is a format actually. So Z2 dot. Why I'm mentioning the Z2 dot? See, observe some dates and months. Okay, for example, if you month observe, okay, your month is supposed to be here. The values are 8328. Correct? I'm supposed to get 2, 3, 5. If I have months like this, okay, while you are combining YYMMDD, for example, 2019, you're not supposed to combine with this date, right? You are supposed to add a 0 before. It was a 2, but I need a 02 before. I need to add a 0 before. Okay. This Z2 format, okay, it will add a 0. When if you have a 2, if you mention 2 dots means, so 2 characters only it will read. Okay. And if you have only 1 character you are reading, the remaining one character will add a 0. If you mention Z3, that means it will add 2 zeros before.
Hmm.
Okay, same way in the date also same way. Where some dates you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 9 you have only single digit numbers, right? Wherever in single digit numbers, before it will add a zeros. When you use a Z2 format.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now run the code up. Okay, let me close this data set and run again. So now we got RFIC DTC details also. Clear? So now we derived everything, almost except age units. So remaining everything we derived. So what I will do, I create one final data set by merging all the things. In DM2 we have some variables. In DM3 I have RFST DTC, RFXST DTC. In DM4 I have RFPN DTC, PN DTC. In DM5 I have RFIC DTC. All these variable data sets I will combine. I will match by subject name. Okay. So what I have to do before using by statement, first I have to sort all my data sets by subject id. Okay. So first DM2 data set I will sort it by subject id. Here guys, why I need to sort it? Because when you use a merge statement, you will use a by variable, right? When you use a by variable, what is the thumb rule? All your input data sets must be sorted. So DM2, DM3, DM4, and DM5. Okay, I'm sorting all the 4 data sets. Then later I'll merge. Creating one final data set. I will merge all DM2, DM3, DM4, and DM5 by subject id. Okay, clear? Now run. I'm sorting DM2, DM3, DM4, DM5 by subject id. Then by subject id, I'm merging all the things. See 105, 105, 105. When you merge all, you got 105 the results. Total 18 variables. Now see. All the variables, see, these are from the DM2, race, study ID, site, birth details. These are from DM3, RFST DTC, RFXST DTC. These are from DM4. This is RFIC DTC from DM5. All the variables came correctly now? Okay. So what we left now? We are left with age variable. How to derive the age? Okay. From data, final one data set I'm creating from the final data set. So age formula what is given RFIC DTC minus BRT age plus 1 by 365.20. Can I apply this formula directly? How to derive age? I gave a task, right?
Sir, but +1 is not there, na sir?
That's okay. That's okay. Plus 1, this is standard formula, 8 minus plus 1. Plus 1 in the notes I did not give, in the specification they are giving. Sometimes it is required, sometimes not required. So formula will be same. RFIC DTC minus PRTH DTC plus 1 is divided. But you have to remember, you have to by 65.25, you have to do it. Okay. But I am not supposed to apply logic like this. Why? Your RFIC.
Those are in character variables. First, we have to convert them into numerics. Then we can do the minus.
Okay, how to convert into numeric? one numeric version variable and create. How to convert? For the function. RFICD is character data type, right? How to convert character to numeric? Input.
Input.
Function. Input. What is the format I have to apply? What is the format there? RFICD is. It is the all
Standard format only.
all are
Yeah.
in standard formats only, right?
Standard.
So
IS-86.
01 TF. Similarly, BRT HDTP. Numeric version variable. So you can put function. AS860. Now you use this numeric variables instead of character. Okay. See. See, RFIC DTC numeric version, BRTS numeric version. When you do the minus, you will get the age values. It's coming correctly. Okay. Same age units also. Age units, standard units assigned to years. Say age units. Okay. So that's it. All the variables you derived. Anything you left? Everything you derived. Now, what is the final step is? Okay. So we have to keep these variables in the order and keep only these variables alone, which are some intermediate variables and all you derive, right? You have to drop those variables like numeric version variables. These are not required. You have to drop those variables. So keep only these variables and keep the variables in this order and make sure you have to apply labels also. Now this variable doesn't have any variable doesn't have labels. We have to give the labels also. So that is going to be your last step. Okay. And make sure all the variables should be there in this data type and it should be there in this line. Data type and all will, while you are deriving itself, we are derived in a standard data type only. And lengths, make sure in this lengths only should be there. Okay, clear? So now if I check now, check the properties. It is not coming in an order. Lengths also different lengths are there. Labels are not there. So when I cross check your final data set, your format should be okay. When you check your file, it should be like this. Same, should be same variable type, same length, same label has to be there. Okay. That's the last step I have to do it. Let me take that last step from different code. Okay. See, from the final one data set, I'm creating a final DM domain. Okay, so I'm keeping the variables. I'll copy paste all these variables. I'll copy paste here. Okay. Then for each variable, give the length also. As per the specification, give the lengths. What is the study ID variable length, domain variable, study ID, RFICD. Make sure, okay, if it is a numeric variable, don't give dollar symbols. Okay. For character variables alone. Okay, like this for every variable, give the length statement. Then use a retain statement, keep the variables in this order. Okay. When you use a retain statement, mention the variables in the order. In the same order it will come. Okay. Then apply a label. For each variable, give the label. What is the label? Study ID, study identifier, domain abbreviation. Okay. You copy paste this Excel. You copy paste here. Just add a equal symbols before. Clear? Now run your code. See, 105 observations are created. See, all the variables labels are applied. If you want to view as a variable name, just click here and the variable names will come. Study ID, domain, unit subject ID, it's coming in the order. And we keep only the required variables which are not required, we are dropped those as. Check now. Your properties. See, your variable names. It's matching everything. Variable names, type, lengths, okay, and also labels. Study ID, domain, unit subject identifier of the study. Clear? Like this, your final data set should be ready. Now this data set you can submit. Clear? So this is your last step. Always remember, this is going to be your last step. Arranging lengths, applying the labels. Okay, this is going to be your last step. Okay. Once you created, okay, the final data set, don't create in the work library. Generally, in real time, we create one more library where all output data sets will stay. For example, all the project one outputs I'm storing in one library. Okay, create a one library here. Name. Okay. For example, let name. An HDTM library I'm creating. I'm going to store all my output data sets there. Okay. Okay. The final data set you can store in the library. That's it. So when you run the code, this DM data set will go and store in that HDTM library. Like this, all your DM data, all your HDTM outputs have to store in one final data, one final library. Okay. Clear?
Yes, Sudarshan. And Sudarshan, don't we need to kill the datasets created in a work library after loading into final dataset?
Not required. Generally, we'll write in the starting itself every code. There's a proc data sets. Step is there, right? Okay. Proc data sets, use a kill option. Okay. You library is equal to what? If you use sorry, work library and use a kill option. Automatically it will fill everything. Whenever you run your whole code, what are the libraries, what are the data sets are available in the work library it will kill, and only in the final data set, your final data set will go and create. Okay. These are not required for you because you are practicing, right?
Yeah.
So what about the log, sir?
The log should be clear.
If we are doing number of times now, that will be taken out.
It should once you run the final code, your log should be clear.
What about the errors? How can we remove it, sir?
You run the code again.
Okay.
It will overwrite, right?
It will overwrite. It will go. You close and Clarence control E. Shit. Like this closed. You give control E, clear the log, run the code again. See, log is cleared. Now you run your code. Okay. Previous errors, everything is fine.
Okay.
It is running from the starting.
Hmm.
That's it. Okay. So this is DFA. So tomorrow onwards, I'll explain few more domains also. So once the explanation was done, so according, for example, when tomorrow I explain AE on this, once AE explanation is done, by taking the same specification, okay, you have to derive from your end, remaining all the domains, same way. Okay, by referring the specification. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. From my end, I'll send the code in the class. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sudarshan.
Recording
Bye.
stopped.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.